This course is open to every student in the school. That is, any student can enroll in it. The woman will be imprisoned for months because she committed domestic violence. After spending 2 years conducting the experiment, the scientists finally obtained a positive result. The soccer player attained a state of true happiness after he was awarded the golden ball.
After years of hard work, Becky finally attained her goal of becoming the head chef in the 5-star restaurant.
The company's website was simplified in order to make the information easier for more people to understand. Staying up late and working too hard every night can compromise one's health.
Neither of the two countries compromised. As a result, no peace agreement was reached at the end of the meeting.
Suppose you won a free trip to any city in the world. Where would you like to go?
I suppose that it's going to rain soon because the sky is full of dark masses of clouds.
Research has shown that people who repress their emotions tend to have bad dreams at night. Amber rejected Robert's invitation to go to the amusement park. She preferred to stay home doing some reading. At the wedding ceremony, the groom promised to cherish the bride forever and stay by her side in sickness and in health.
Katrina cherishes the happy memories of her high school days. To her, these memories are something she will never forget.
Experts strongly recommend that parents avoid verbal abuse and treat their children with respect.
The cafe is highly recommended for its cupcakes. Maybe we should try some.
For people who work in journalism in the U.S., a Pulitzer Prize is one of the most coveted honors. The university requires its freshmen to live on campus. However, they can live wherever they want after the first year. Advocates of the slow movement enjoy the unhurried pace of life in the suburbs.
Nathan picked up the pace in order to catch up with his family.
Patricia's performance did not reach the standard required to pass the audition for the school play. A final phase of testing will be carried out before the new smartphone can be put on the market. The high unemployment rate in the country has become a catastrophe for its citizens. The government must take immediate action to handle this situation. When the baseball player hit a home run to win the game, the team's fans let out shouts of excitement and ecstasy. The great musician Chopin left his homeland, Poland, moved to Paris, and spent the rest of his lifetime there. More and more people are having problems adapting themselves to the dizzy pace of city life these days.
Louis felt dizzy when he looked down from the top of the tall building, so he sat down to take a rest.
In such a highly competitive job market, only those with some special qualities can stand out from other job seekers. Whenever my father goes abroad on business, I keep in constant contact with him by calling him once every day. Out of all the academic subjects that I study at school, English is my favorite one. Your success is dependent on how much effort you put into the project.
Josh worked as an engineer after graduation. Now he lives on his own and is no longer dependent on his parents.
Because of the increased load of work, the employees feel that they are justified in asking for a pay raise. The waiter catered to the customers' every need in a professional way. The customers were all satisfied with the service he provided.
Experienced doctors can give professional medical assistance to those with health problems.
The natural habitat of the island's animals is under threat from the sheer number of tourists. Susan talked about her trip to the famous vacation spot with a joyful look in her eyes. The department store is always swarming with shoppers during the sales. Tom began as an assistant in the sales department, but he later went on to run the entire company. A new road is currently being built in this area. Thus, the nearby residents will have to live with the increased noise for the next few months. The restaurant didn't live up to our expectations. The food was acceptable, but the atmosphere was really awful. For business people, how to strike a balance between quality and costs is an important issue. Many social problems in this city have stemmed from poverty. The government is now making every effort to fix them before it's too late. One important lesson people today should learn is how to derive enjoyment from the simple things in life. During the spring semester of 2006, Harvard University Sanders Theater swarmed with students every Tuesday and Thursday. More than 800 Harvard students with different majors had enrolled in Tal Ben-Shahar's class called Positive Psychology to explore the secrets of finding happiness. This course became the most popular one on campus, and Ben-Shahar later went on to write several best-selling books to teach ordinary people about happiness. Obviously, how to get happy is a matter of concern to many people around the world. Indeed, more and more people are finding themselves imprisoned in the dizzy pace of life in this increasingly competitive world. Students may live with constant pressure from their parents to live up to high academic standards. As for adults, many find it challenging to obtain a fulfilling career, and they often have a hard time striking a balance between their work and personal lives. There is little doubt that happiness has become a burning issue for people of all ages in different phases of their lives. According to Ben-Shahar, we can't attain the state of happiness unless we examine the following 3 questions. What do we find most meaningful? What provides us with the greatest pleasure? Finally, what are we good at? To help us find happiness, Ben-Shahar offers 6 tips. Simplify. Get your priorities right and keep your schedule simple. Don't squeeze a large number of activities into a limited amount of time. Quantity influences quality. We may end up compromising our happiness if we try to finish everything on our to-do lists. Worse yet, we sometimes pay the price for doing so by sacrificing our relationships with our family and friends. Happiness is mostly dependent on our state of mind. Ben-Shahar states that our happiness stems from both positive and negative experiences. Suppose a man loses his job. What can he do? He can view it as a catastrophe, or he can think positively and take it as an opportunity to get a better job. Give ourselves permission to be human. We won't feel happy unless we accept all of our emotions, including negative ones. For instance, for students who get low grades at school, they are justified in feeling disappointed. We don't have to repress how we feel all the time because rejecting our emotions may lead to frustration and unhappiness. Express gratitude whenever we can. Don't take what we have for granted. Learn to appreciate and cherish the wonderful things in life, even just a smile from a stranger. It is also recommended that we keep a gratitude journal, writing down at least 5 things that we are grateful for each night before going to bed. Remember the mind-body connection. What we do or don't do with our bodies has an impact on our minds. Thus, we should exercise regularly, get adequate sleep, and eat a balanced diet to make sure that we are both physically and mentally healthy. Happiness lies at the intersection of pleasure and meaning. Engaging in activities that are personally significant and enjoyable can bring a lot of pleasure. For example, those who like to travel and entertain people with stories might try working as a tour guide. They may find this job interesting, and more importantly, they may find that they are confident and professional at work. Ben Shahar's advice shows us that positive thinking is the key to happiness. In fact, happiness can be something large, such as the sheer ecstasy of winning a big sports competition, or something small, such as the joy from having hot drinks on a cold day. What's more, in our search for happiness, we need to stop coveting what others have and focus on what we ourselves can derive pleasure from. One thing is clear. Finding happiness can be a joyful lifetime pursuit.